From the star-studded greens of Los Angeles to the bold, brisk fairways of Minneapolis, two dynamic teams are set to go head-to-head in an epic virtual clash. Golf Envy faces off against Element Indoor Golf at the iconic Kingsbarns Golf Links, where rolling seaside splendor meets relentless challenges. Brought to you by GOLFZON, the battle will test precision, power, and poise on every shot. The stakes are soaring, the rivalry is real. This is the GOLFZON Tour.
All right, let's take a quick look at how this bracket is shaping up this year in the GOLFZON Tour. Strung along nearly 1.8 miles of shoreline in near St. Andrews, Scotland. This is Kingsbarns Golf Links. This is a real special place for these players to be competing today. My name is Emma Carpenter, joined by my co-host, Landon Ashworth. Landon, how are you doing? How are you feeling about this match that we have going today?
Hi, I'm Landon. It's nice to meet you all. I hope you're having a great evening. Did you tell everyone that you hope they're having a great evening, Emma Carpenter?
I'm sure that
nice
they
to be
sensed
polite.
it, that I felt that way. I'm sure they sensed I felt that way.
We can only hope so.
But this Scottish seaside venue is an absolute beautiful one. Playing it from Los Angeles, California, over at Golf Envy. Let's take a look at this team we got here today. That is a pretty nice golf swing from Michael Ordona. Look at Landon, he's dropping it right in the slot. He said that the weather got him into golf simulators, but it's pretty nice over there in Los Angeles. So he has a goal to earn his PGA Tour card. So playing sim golf on GOLFZON is definitely a good way to work on your game to reach those kinds of goals.
My turn. Minneapolis, where our lovely co-host Emma Carpenter's from. Is that right, Emma?
Oh, that's where I went to college, but close enough.
That's your opinion. Back to it. This is Ryan Gallagher. You guys know him from the last time that we saw him play and wallop the last team. He works at Element Golf. Goodness gracious. Employee and also a customer. He's a baseball player for a golfer. Let's hope we see someone rush the mound and get in a fist fight.
Back over in LA at Golf Envy, this is Shreyas Kumaresh. He also started playing indoor golf because he had access to it for the weather on those rainy days or cold days in LA, I suppose. Not that it rains too much, but he's got a really strong passion for golf. Love to see his golf swing there. We're going to see how he does today.
Look at this tall, handsome drink of water. This is Ryan Hansen. We just got a little belly button shot. Calm down there, ladies. He could possibly be taken. He shot a 67 while playing with his grandfather. I assume it's a Walt type of name. He's missing a part of his left index finger. God, I hope he finds it.
Rounding out the team in LA, this is Jason Bustos. He said that he loves to be able to practice whenever he wants on these GOLFZON simulators, and it is some of the best practice that you can get. There's nothing he likes more than some intense competition. He is living for this moment, Landon. I love the outfits they got on too.
Yeah, they're pretty dope. Who's this? It's Kyle Montgomery. I assume he's from Alabama with a name like that, but possibly not. What got him into indoor golf? He needed to keep going in the winter. That was losing his golf batteries, and apparently those bad boys needed charged. It seemed like he was not loose and limber. He's going to stretch it out. Now it seems like Team LA is young, and Team Minneapolis very, very old. Let's talk about the signature holes, Emma Carpenter. Front nine, we got hole 3. It's par 5, 518 yards. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Absolutely, Landon. It's a sweeping par 5, hugs the coastline, offering some risk-reward opportunities for aggressive players aiming for the green in 2. Hole number 6, Landon, coming up. That is a par 4, 338 yards. Visually stunning. Dogleg left requires precision to avoid deep bunkers, as well as it's going to require a well-placed second shot to the green, perched near the sea. Landon, tell me about hole number 8.
No thanks. Back to you, Emma.
Oh, okay, sure. So it is a spectacular but short hole, plays directly towards the coastline. Strong wind, sloping green, adding difficulty to what appears to be simple par 3. But Landon, without further ado, let's get going into action. This is Golf Envy versus Element Indoor Golf. I've spent a lot of time at Element Indoor Golf myself, personally playing on the GOLFZON sims. I did that a lot during COVID to get better at golf while I was still playing college golf and couldn't use my practice facilities. I think that actually GOLFZON gave me the best practice I could possibly get during that time.
Dope, Emma. What a great story
you.
about your golf career.
Thank you so much.
Riveting. It seems as if Team LA are just tiny little people. I couldn't see above a counter at a convenience store, but yet somehow they're out here hitting bombs 386 yards. Goodness gracious, Emma Carpenter. How did such a tiny little guy like that produce so much clubs?
Oh, well, Landon, it's about the torque. It's about the lag. If he's really flexible, actually, I would say that flexibility is a huge piece of what can help you with club speed. Once I started working with a golf-specific personal trainer, and a lot of it had to do with my mobility, I was partially swinging the club faster because of the ease at which I was moving my body.
Gallagher just put the smoke on that thing. 310 yards, nothing like our last match where we're seeing 370-yard pipe bombs. Am I right, Emma Carpenter?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. There's no shortage of big bombers in the GOLFZON Tour. That is for sure.
What do you know about this golf course that they're playing today? Is it where in the world is it, Emma Carpenter? Do you have any idea?
Oh, I sure do, Landon. This is right near St. Andrews, Scotland. It's about 7 miles away. It's a seaside Scottish links golf course. Rated as one of the best golf courses in Scotland. So, I mean, awesome views, links style. Links style is one of my personal favorite styles of golf. So, I mean, it's
Ditto,
they're
Carpenter.
awesome. We'll add that to one of the many things we have in common, Landon.
That now makes one. Count them on one hand, even on a tiny little finger like Team Minneapolis has. Got me, he's missing. God bless his heart. Do you think Team Envy, Golf Envy in LA is sponsored by TaylorMade with their T in their logo, looking eerily familiar from TaylorMade logo?
It does. You know what? It's tough to say. They could have a sponsorship. They could just love TaylorMade. Could be either one.
They have 3 carbon copy little swings that Golf Envy also gives golf lessons, and I bet they do. These players are almost cut from a 2000. Oh, Shankopotamus, rock anonymous.
No, that's
Gotta
Jason
get a bottomless.
Bustos.
Boy,
Not his best golf swing.
he moose dose green. Matter of fact, it looks like a little wordplay there for you early in the match. You're welcome, folks. You're welcome. That won't cost you extra. Very nice putt. Will it go in? It will not. Emma, you think LA, having been so dominant the ways that they were in the seeding rounds, being the number 1 ranked team out of everybody in this GOLFZON Tour, inaugural GOLFZON Tour, might I add, you think they're just gonna curb stomp Minneapolis?
Landon, LA Golf Envy, they are the number 1 team in the West. So definitely they are the team to beat. It's why we haven't gotten to see them play quite yet, because they are automatically here in the quarterfinals due to their spectacular play.
Okay, can you remind me what happened to the number one finalist in the East, Emma Carpenter?
I sure can, Landon. They actually were upset by Team Orlando, Toronto, and it wasn't due to any poor play. That was what was so crazy about the entire match and made it so exciting, was that Toronto, they showed up. It was their first match as the number one seed. They played really well, and Orlando, they already had a win under their belt, and they played some of the best golf that we've seen them play thus far. Granted, it was only 2 matches, but I mean, it was really remarkable, the golf that we saw in that match.
Sure enough, it was both spectacular and lovely, as you want most golf to be.
Well, Landon, it looks like for Team Minneapolis, right now, currently, we got Ryan Hansen putting for birdie. He rolls it in.
What a handsome man.
Woo!
Handsome man in ill-fitting pants. Am I right, Emma Carpenter?
Landon, you definitely seem to have noticed the pants that some of these players have chosen.
Some of the players are wearing some pretty sensible, great slacks, Emma Carpenter. If you can't appreciate a good pair of slacks, can you really appreciate anything?
I guess you could say no.
Yeah, you sure could. These guys are either heading to a fashion show in Milan or here to play some golf. Find out which one he's here for with this putt. Birdie Chance from Team LA. Oh yeah, that's what we like to call Wilkins. No one calls it that, but I do.
Oh, well done. Michael Ordona just rolls it in.
Gorgeous. Slicky gooch.
Minneapolis is in for their birdie bogey, so with LA in for birdie, here we got just a 2.5 footer for par left. The putt we'll see after.
That's a dope putter. I want one. Do you think that's Scotty Cameron? It's dope.
This was Jason Bustos. He puts in his double bogey, stepping up. If this 2.5 footer gets rolled in, this will be no problem at all. Shreyas Kumaresh for par from just 2.5 feet to win the first hole, Landon.
Man, I sure hope that he does it. Do you think he will?
Oh, I've never been less worried.
God bless your heart. Well, that was a decisive victory from Team LA. These, what seems like 9-year-old boys just defeated the elderly, aged and decrepit Team Midwest. That is a crying shame, but luckily we are now on to hole 2. Carpenter, do you know a single thing about hole 2?
Hole 2, Landon, they're playing it from 195, just 200 yards. They're going to want to favor the left side.
That's what I'd want to do. Sometimes
Plays downhill, but the shots that are landing too short will kick over to the right side bunkers. So luckily that pin position is right there in the middle. It makes it a lot more accessible.
Carpenter, you'd call a long 210-yard par 3 directly into the wind gettable, according to some of the other things you said.
Well, Landon, to be fair,
didn't you call a 900-yard par 5 gettable one time?
Well, and then remember the part where 2 players actually went driver iron to get on it in 2, and then you still tried to act like I was the one being silly.
No, I made an ass of myself. Everybody knows it. They're all talking about it on Reddit. Everybody knows Emma Carpenter.
I wasn't going to bring up the Reddit threads.
Well, you should, because they are on fire. Like Team Los Angeles, having won the very first hole. We are certainly on hole 2 right now.
Gosh, these golf swings from Golf Envy. I'm envious of their golf swings, Landon. Do you like that? Do you like that pun? How about
No.
that for play on words? No?
No, thank you.
Didn't like that one?
No, and also no, thank you. Golf Envy is rounding them close to the pin. These 3 are just literal carbon copies of Tiger's swing from 1997 to 2001. I mean, just carbon copies.
So you think I shouldn't be envious of their golf swings?
And ladies and gentlemen, a cartoonishly large tumbleweed just passed digitally across your screen as Emma Carpenter tried to beat Bo Burnham for a second and try her hand at stand-up comedy.
Alrighty, well, Landon, how do you think that this hole is shaken out so far?
Emma Carpenter, I am not paid to pay attention. I'm paid to make color commentary. That's your job. Back to you, Emma Carpenter. How do you think this match is shaping up? Explain to me the intricacies of the competition going on before us currently right this second. There's a whole lot of birdie putts. This guy's about to try to make it for par out there in Team LA. I think he can do it.
Well, we got
in a par.
I think we're seeing pretty comparable from top to bottom so far on this second long par 3. We had one great shot out of Golf Envy and one great shot out of Element Indoor Golf. Ryan Gallagher, he was had a gettable birdie putt there, but we have stepping up in LA. We have what's just about 13 feet for birdie.
Think he'll make it. We should start betting on all the shots, Emma. We get this big rivalry, and then at the end, like, somebody's gonna have to owe the other like $100,000, and the only way that you could possibly pay the debt, some sort of indentured servitude. So possibly making a deck for me, or I don't know, cleaning the sides of my pool with some sort of bristled brush. All right, Emma Carpenter.
That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. So, if I don't have a pool, then how would this be fair for me in terms of if I were to win the bet?
Relevant to the job that we have at hand of calling this golf match, Emma. Wish you would stay on topic. Team Los Angeles is doing their absolute best. He's got a 30-foot putt here, but you know what it's for, folks? It's for the bird. You might just be hearing a little tweets in your head. And if you do, you're either having a stroke or someone has made a birdie. Be sure to see that doctor at your earliest convenience. Either way, important to have yearly checkups. All right, Emma Carpenter.
Here's the birdie putt from Michael Ordona.
Well, it looked like it turned on the sim, and it was just dead straight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really didn't move much. Looked like a good stroke. Good speed control, anyhow.
Yeah, all 3 of these little 9-year-old children stacked on top of each other, hiding all of the toddlers, but beneath their trench coat, with just one cartoonishly small head poking out of a 9-foot tall body, which is what these kids are to me, are just swinging their way into an easy victory, I think. How many holes do you think it's going to take to put Team Midwest out of their misery, McCartney? Think they'll go up 9 up after 9?
Oh, I don't think so. I think that we've definitely seen some good golf from Element Indoor, and I think that with what we've seen so far on the GOLFZON Tour, every single match, the competition has just stepped up and up and up. So I think that it's hard to say that I see either of these teams giving up in any way. I think that they're going to keep the pedal to the metal. I think that they're going to keep on attacking pins, hitting bombs, attacking pins, and they're going to try to make as many birdies as possible. And we know that all 6 of these players are capable of it.
Yeah, we sure do. Who's winning this hole, Emma Carpenter?
Well, the best that Golf Envy can do on this hole is 1 over par, where we got 1 in for bogey. Another player will make bogey as well. Michael Ordona taps in for par, but it's not going to be good enough because Minneapolis had 2 threes.
Gee, dang it. Hate to see that. Such a gettable par 3. It's hole number 3, par 5, 518 yards. They call it Bray. Drive to the left side of the fairway. It's going to slope. It's going to feed golf balls into the fairway on its short par 5, at least in Carpenter standards. 1 hole swing, LA won. And then they faced tragic defeat. Emma Carpenter, do you like that sort of thing, or do you want to see somebody just run away with it?
I think that the thing about match play is when it just really does come down to the wire and it comes down to a single shot, a single putt, it's hard because this is an all or nothing scenario where it's single elimination. If you do not win today, you will no longer continue on to the final 4 match. And I think that when somebody does run away with it, there's a lot more peace that can be taken from the losing team, and the winning team has lots of confidence moving into the next match. But certainly exciting when it comes down to the wire, but it just kind of stings a little bit more if you don't come out on the end that you would like.
Emma, did you hear what the team just yelled after piping a 310-yard drive?
I did not.
Did you like that, Landon?
Well, did you?
Well, I don't know if they're talking to me. I don't want to be presumptuous. One of these kids' parents might be named Landon or something. Man, look at those beautiful passes. They just have a textbook, perfect swing, perfectly on plane, perfect pressure shift, perfect low body rotation. Look, he swung 121 miles an hour, and he's 4'7" and 6 years old. If you want to learn how to golf and you live in Los Angeles, I would head to the absolute stud farm that they got there at Golf Envy, because I've seen 3 great golf swings. It is Team Golf Envy, and if they're got some sort of training program of absolute pipe bomb makers, head on over there for a lesson. Am I right, Rick Carpenter?
I don't disagree with you there, Landon. Cannot disagree with you there.
Hoped you wouldn't. You see the floor plate shift in there. Proprietary GOLFZON technology. It will mimic any lie on the course. 64 different missions those things can recreate. And once we get out there in Orlando for the $150,000 final match, depending on who wins this match right here, be one step closer to that. We're going to be on the newest system called the NX, and they even have a new floor system that'll go into, like, I don't know, 1,000 different positions. It's a factorial, and it's pretty bonkers.
You're absolutely right, Landon. Yet again, you've been right about a lot of things today.
Emma Carpenter, what's your favorite golf fact?
My favorite golf fact. Fact?
Yeah, that's right.
Good miss there from Ryan Hansen. I would say, gosh, my favorite golf fact. I don't know, Landon. What's your favorite golf fact? Let me return the question to you.
I think my favorite golf fact is the first time that golf was ever mentioned in Scotland was a decree by the Scottish Parliament in 1457 outlawing golf because it was interfering with the archery practice of their military.
Wow.
And
I think that's very fascinating. Oh, how about that shot? Very, very well done.
you know how they used to make golf balls in Carpenter?
How did they used to make golf balls, Landon?
Well, I was asking you if you knew.
Well, why don't you tell me about it?
Well, what they used to do was they got some sort of intestine tied both ends after stuffing it chock full of small bird feathers that were soaked in some sort of liquid. I don't remember what the liquid was. Could just be water. And then they would stuff them in the intestines and then sew it into a leather ball. And then when the feathers dried, they'd expand and make the ball bouncy and even harder. And they'd stuff them in with what was called a lacing needle. And if you were a golfer getting into the sport, you would not only make your own golf balls, but you would make your own golf clubs or go to a, what are those guys called? Iron workers, blacksmith. You go to a blacksmith or you'd be your own blacksmith and make your own golf clubs. Very nice. And the first golf club makers started off as blacksmiths, and their clubs were so superior to anything else on the market that they could quit their blacksmithing jobs and just become golf club makers.
Wow.
Not
Wow,
cool.
that is fascinating, Landon.
Did you not learn that in golf college?
No, I must have skipped that class.
That's pretty silly. You don't know the origins of the sport that you're best at, Emma Carpenter. That's absolutely bonkers. Nice chip there by Minneapolis. Pretty nice and buttery right up there by the pin. An easy putt in. I think we're going to see a lot of birdies on this hole. There's a 9-yard either chip or putt for eagle up there on the board, and a 13-foot putt for eagle. That's the type of eagle putt you'd like.
Sure is. Sure is. We saw an excellent shot earlier from Michael Ordona. Here's a very nice chip.
Buttery. Oh, it's got to stop, though. Jeez, look at that thing roll out. Bad getting worse. Wow, do you see where he was aimed? Absolutely. Look it over his shoulder carefully. You're going to have to see a chiropractor after that putt.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, shrugging his shoulders like, what do you expect from me? Man, this green is Looney Tunes Bonkersville. It's the
It really
opposite
is.
from the greens that you see at St. Andrews. Not a lot of breaking those bad boys, but this thing is like a linoleum on the side of a hill.
Jason Bustos for birdie from long range. Burns the edge. It's got to simmer. It does.
Yeah, first one we've seen simmer. They're all a little muy caliente.
Here's Ryan Gallagher. They're putting a little defensively, Landon.
Can you blame him?
No, you really can't.
Oh my God. That's what separates the GOLFZON Tour from, TGL or even the next tour from TrackMan, is that you putt everything out on the GOLFZON Tour. There's no gimmies. If it's a 1-foot putt, you make that 1-foot putt. It's some of the most accurate putting technology in the industry, which is why everybody puts it out here on the GOLFZON. No free rides, no inside the leather. Right, Emma?
That's absolutely right, Landon. I definitely don't make everything inside 3 feet
What?
on the golf course.
Why would you ever say that out loud?
I'm just
It's a ridiculous statement. That's a ridiculous thing to say, Emma Carpenter. Birdie, very nice. Team Minneapolis rolls in their first bird.
Very, very easy birdie for Ryan Gallagher.
We have a 10-foot eagle opportunity, but that is the only eagle chance on the board, I think.
Here's a putt for birdie. Well done.
Needed it. No, I don't think anybody does have an eagle chance, do they? Yeah, no, they got an eagle on this par 5. 500-yard par 5. You expect there to be at least one, which was 6 pretty good golfers. You'd probably go driver flip wedge, would you, Hammer?
I would personally probably go driver flip wedge.
I mean, he's taking a pretty delicate amount of time with this 1-footer. He's just waiting to see what this, what his competitor does.
Well, this is going to be a putt to win. If this ball drops, LA will win this hole. Oh.
He wanted it to. I think he feels like a real L. But he should. Yep, tidy little par. Very nice job. Yeah, nice cleanup par there too from Golf Envy. This will be for bogey, if I'm not wrong. I don't know what's for.
Birdie bogey will get him a push. Golf Envy had a chance to end that hole, but did not roll it in.
We discovered some of the issues that most golfers have, and they just can't consume it in a way that they want to. And so our model, Golf Envy, is a way to allow most golfers to be able to consume golf. We're a little different than most of the other clubs. We're golf only, no food and beverage. Our members have access via an app to book online, to book their tee time, and to come in anytime they want, literally 24/7. This indoor golf isn't always about weather, it's about time. You know, it's our most valuable asset. And so for a lot of our members, it's about the time, it's ability to get in and get out. We all don't have 3 to 5 hours or whatever it takes to play around in your neighborhood. And so we have to do it as we can. And so this space allows them to do that. They book it right on their phone. They have access control via their phone. They come in and they play golf whenever, all the time.
I mean, once I opened the door, I was like, this is heaven. It's private, 24/7. I'm a night owl, so I could practice whenever I want.
And we just had such a response to it. I knew we got it right. Immediately we knew we got it right.
I mean, the amount of people that are coming to me doing demos, what we call here at Golf Envy, that are coming saying that they've never even played golf before, where they're telling me that their very first round is actually happening on a GOLFZON simulator, is mind-blowing.
We have members that are 12 years old. We have members that are 84 years old. And so everywhere in between, male, female, you know, just families. We have husbands and wives. We have children learning. His members are now making friends. They're attending events together. They're playing green grass golf together. They're playing rounds. They're going on golf trips. All the things that we do as golfers, and they met here, which is amazing. We've got facilities all over the country in development. So we've got Scottsdale, Arizona going. We got stuff up north, Denver, you know, Nashville, Florida. We're going to be everywhere. Houston, Dallas. So it's going to be fun. There's going to be envies everywhere.
Let's take a look at hole number 4 we got coming up as the match remains all square. Hole number 4, par 4, 425 yards. They call this one Castle. If you're long enough to carry the deep fairway bunker, these players should definitely go for it. They'll be rewarded with an open approach to the green. If they go up the right side of the fairway, that's definitely the safe play as long as they stop short of the bunkers. The right half of the green will funnel the ball into the center as well. Ryan Gallagher up to the right.
Castle that was built on this site, Carpenter, by the King John of the Scots in 1292. You'd like to go see it, but you're not going to be able to because it was sacked and demolished and
Back-to-back.
ruined in 1790. Everybody knows that. Sorry, John of the Scots. We've ruined your legacy, and you deserve better. Just like Team Golf Envy deserved better on that last hole when they lipped out that beautiful birdie. Oh, nice pass. Might push out there to the right, but I think he'll get away with it, Emma. And yeah, he pushed it out there 287 yards, right center of the fairway. Great pass. There's 3 little golfing robots out there now. Starting to turn over. Looking okay. Very nice job. Great swing. 305 yards. You're there sitting at home, arthritically all laid up because you didn't eat bananas or some sort of potassium when you were a small kid. I'll just let you know right now, you can't hit 305 yards sitting in a chair. Be sure to get out there and stretch, folks. I am a Carpenter.
Stretching is absolutely important, Landon.
Sure it is. That's why I said it. All right. Facing a 116-yard little flip wedge in there. Just try to butter a nice high buttery cut up close to the pin. Doesn't cut for him. Both Minneapolis and Team LA got their balls safely on the putting surface. Gonna be long putts, but a putt is better than a long wedge.
A putt is always better. I mean, sometimes, depending on how long the putt is, a chip, if it's a pretty straightforward chip, could be easier. But, I mean, gosh, some of these lips of these bunkers and the undulations of these greens, there aren't a whole lot of super straightforward chips because we've seen lots of movement just right around the cup. We've seen some great chips that rolled out to not near a gimme putt.
Oh, come on. Get some leg, girl. Not bad. A lot of birdie putts out there today. Gettable. Gonna have a 94-yard flip wedge in himself. Pays to pumble a borrow. 310 yards on a 412-yard hole. Give yourself a nice little flip wedge in. Most of these competitors are putting it within birdie range with their short sticks. Team Minneapolis is immediately in the long grass. That was really a link-style course. He never would have found his ball in a million bajillion years. Another birdie putt from Team Golf Envy. It was a nice pass. Looks like that's going to be a birdie putt. There's no pictures on a scorecard. Am I right, Emma Carpenter?
There sure isn't. Often, luckily, stepping up Jason Bustos from 34 feet for his birdie, breaking left to right the entire way, while Kyle Montgomery also from 30 feet, little straighter putt.
You know, the chatter between Team Minneapolis and possibly their bookie or some scorned lover, but most likely just their other teammates giving them a read. A lot of chatter out there in Minneapolis. Makes you wonder, why can't those Minnesotans keep their mouths shut? Am I right, Carpenter?
Well, Landon, they were definitely right. That was a really slippery putt. It was a 30-footer. It was a foot downhill. Oh, how about this birdie putt?
What do you know about the Declaration of Independence? Very nice birdie there. Michael, you should feel a nice sense of accomplishment. I hope you get some sort of tasty treat from the Dairy Queen when this match is over if you happen to win. But if you don't, you just drive straight past that Dairy Queen. You didn't deserve it. All right, Emma. Looks to
Sometimes-
be earned.
Sometimes I got myself a Dairy Queen Blizzard if I didn't play great golf, so I just drowned my sorrows a little bit.
It's the saddest thing I've ever heard you say, Carpenter. And he said a lot of sad things to me.
Well, it's just because I'm honest with you, Landon. I would never lie to you.
No, why would you? I'm a pretty stand-up feller. Team Los Angeles eyeing a tricky little slider. That drops the hammer for
Wow. That will do it.
birdie. Very nice.
Shreyas Kumaresh.
Birdie. And a par. That is pretty darn good. So we already have 2 birdies on the board. LA with the triumphant victory, which is why you saw that fist bump. So let's go ahead and go on to hole number 5. It's a par 4, 426 yards. They call this hole tasty. Aim left or center. The green opens up from the left, but it's obscured from the right to the fairway. There's more leg room left than it looks from the tee. Emma Carpenter, what's going on?
Well, Landon, Team Golf Envy in LA just won hole number 4 to go 1 up. At least 1 birdie has been made on every hole, which just goes to show the level of golf that we've got in this match here today. I think that these players are going to have to approach each hole thinking that they do need to make at least 1 birdie if they want a chance at a push. So I think that we have... Thank you for the theatrics as well to get my point across. But so I think that...
Speaking an interpretive dance.
I love it. I love it. I think that Team Minneapolis has definitely got it in them. We know that there's some good ball strikers.
Humble horse. 320. God.
Why not?
Check that kid for wires. He might be a golfing robot. Uh-oh. Ball bounced back and comedically hit him in the chest. Love to see that sort of physical humor. Uh-oh. Gonna leak out there to the right. High, weak fade. You never say that to a man's face, but certainly call him as I see him, right, Emma?
That's absolutely right, Landon. You sure do. Here's Michael Ordona. I love each and every one of the setups. Golf Envy. They just look so comfortable over the golf ball. Arms just very naturally hanging. It looks just like perfect posture. Setup is beautiful.
Show enough, Emma.
Jason Bustos. Stops just short of that bunker. In a perfectly good spot. Wow, Landon. Do you think Ryan Hansen is as tall as you are?
I may very well be an inch or 2 taller.
How tall are you, Landon? 6'5"?
Yeah, almost 6'5" and 3/4 or whatever. But, basically 6'5", 6'6".
Have you ever struggled to find golf clubs that felt comfortable in length for you?
I've never had a single set of golf clubs that weren't custom made for me.
Okay. That makes sense.
Like my first set of clubs, like the first golf club I swung was custom made for me.
That makes sense. I feel like it's almost physically impossible to... my brother is really tall, and I've tried to help him out on the golf course a couple of times, and I'm trying to help him with his setup and his takeaway, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I think the golf clubs are just too short.
No, yeah, that's not great. Yeah, mine are usually about 1.5 inches over standard. I use a standard driver just because I'm not a fan of chasing golf balls all over. When you got a higher swing speed, it's harder to control a longer driver.
Definitely.
I can, hit it 50 yards. Oh, great shot by Minneapolis. Should be an easy kick-in birdie. Ooh, man, if that thing from Golf Envy would have just stopped on a dime, he would have put it within an inch of the other one. Carpenter, can you get free golf clubs anytime you want?
Don't you think that's a personal question, Landon?
No. I think it's a question on everybody's mind, and I think you owe them an answer.
I have definitely been fortunate in the past to have had access to some wonderful golf clubs, but I would not say that I can get golf clubs whatever I want, whenever I want. I would definitely not say that.
Oh, no. Emma, fallen from grace. The club manufacturers won't touch her with a 30-foot pole. She's going to be schlepping legacy clubs here. She's going to be playing some thin Hogan irons or something ridiculous, like persimmon, or possibly just walking around with a stick in an open field. We're worried about her, folks. If you or someone you know can help Emma Carpenter, here's her personal email address. Emma, I don't know what that is because you've never given it to me. And she will not.
I'd let you
trend
page me,
continue.
Landon, but never email.
Fair enough. That's fair. Probably a good choice. Great career decision, as they say.
Oh, really good putt from Ryan Hansen. Unfortunately, looks like he's going to have a little bit of work left.
We have a downtown putt for birdie from Team Golf Envy, almost 40 feet. I don't think there's a snowball chance in hell that he's going to get this.
Oh, he chips it, and he chips it in.
God, I just made an absolute ass of myself.
Oh,
That's embarrassing.
my goodness. Wow.
Oh, I feel like an idiot, folks. I feel so stupid. Oh, I'm never going to recover from that call. Yeah,
Oh,
look,
you don't have to say that about
career's
yourself,
over.
Landon.
My
You
career's
don't have
over,
to say
Emma.
that. I
career's o-
disagree. That's
I'm gonna
not
be-
true.
Judging Little Miss Florida Sunshine for the rest of my life. Little Miss Coconut Raisins, or something dumb. Dang it, Emma. I really botched that call. One of the greatest blunders in sports call history is my guess. They'll be saying in Entertainment Weekly tomorrow morning. Am I right? Probably front page of the New York Times, for God's sakes.
If it's not, I'll send it in myself and make sure it is Saturday morning.
Please do. Yeah, I think it might make the Sunday front page as well.
The Sunday morning
All
paper.
that bad. Call the wrong call of the ages, they'll say.
I do think that all but does it for Team Golf Envy now.
Minneapolis
Oh, excuse
answered
me,
back with their
Ryan
own birdie.
Gallagher. Now, this putt is going to probably have to be a must-make for the win.
2 birdies.
Wow.
Golf Envy. Beautiful. So Minneapolis is going to have to get a second birdie somehow. Otherwise, this is over.
Michael Ordona, 3 under through 5. Why not?
That's it. LA wins the hole. Sadly, Team Minneapolis didn't have a time machine to go back and make that par putt a birdie putt. But LA wins the hole. Emma Carpenter, are they 9 up with 9 to play?
Not quite, Landon. They are 2 up with about 13 left to play.
Too many holes. See the chip out from that beautiful Southern gentleman? Absolutely spellbinding chip. And then we're going to see another birdie here is my guess. 18.5 foot putt. Right back. Yeah, right it.
Oh, beautiful. Just
Are you not
pours
in-
it in.
Are you not entertained, he says. And they are playing well. And we're on to hole 6. It's par 4. It's tiny little 338-yard par 4. That's like I face a 338-yard par 4 every day of my life. I might get out of bed in the morning. It's drivable. Tee shot played onto the top plateau can work its way down onto the front edge of the green. At the worst level, a simple pitch or putt to the green. Bailout on the left of the center. And bunkers often leave tricky little approach. I love
This
driving
is
par 4s.
right in Ryan Gallagher's wheelhouse. How about this tee shot?
Oh,
That is an answer.
oh no. Team Envy is in rough shape. He owes a squirrel a coconut. Oof. Just knocked something out of its natural habitat. Ashworth, what in the world is the Dewey Decimal System? Am I right, Emma? I really don't know what the Dewey Decimal System is. That one question, Emma.
Oh, your guess is as good as mine, Landon.
Well, it's a way of finding books in a library. I knew all along. Oh my goodness, could this be a hole-in-one on a par 4? Nope.
Ooh.
Another tragically missed call. I saw that one in the air heading straight for the center of the cup. I think just about all of these players are going to be going for it, and I love to see that about.
Would you go for it, Landon?
Oh my God, yes. There's absolutely no reason not to.
I can't
It's
even hit
almost-
the ball 338, and I would go for it.
It's almost penalizing not to go for it. Because if you look at the chip that you have left, if you're not green side, you have a bunker cutting you off. You got that swale on the left. You got a blocked out green. Yeah, you have to go for it. Unless you can only hit at 250 and then that bunker comes into play. No, I'd hit a nice high buttery draw right off the center of that bunker.
I would do the
definitely be
exact
putting
same.
for eagle. One time I played, I was going to try to like do the break 50 thing that Bryson does, but play by myself. But then I only had one golf ball in my bag. And so I played 9 holes from the very front tees and I scored 9 under by myself. That was like 8 or 9 months ago.
Wow.
That was wild. It was a wild day. But,
That's pretty darn good.
Well, you're driving every single par 4 with like a 7-iron, so it's really hard to not make birdie playing from the red tees when you can drive 330. It's not. That's like saying like, oh man, I could bench press a car, but it's only Hot Wheels.
It's only like a tricycle. Hot
got-
Wheels.
Not really a flex.
Oh my God, that was a pretty darn good recovery that we saw there.
It was pretty beautiful. But that 9 under was not 9 straight birdies, Emma Carpenter, because you got
Couple
fours
pars
are-
on par 3s.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. From like 58 yards. Because the par 3's on a red. So you're just hitting tiny little flip wedges. Oh, very nice. Team Minneapolis.
Eagle!
Wow.
That is
First
going to be tough to beat.
Surprisingly, the first eagle we see today. Didn't think that would be the first eagle that we'd see today, but that was a beautiful short game. That's Gallagher, isn't it?
Sure is.
Yeah, he's
Ryan Gallagher.
got a soft touch on the golf ball, Emma Carpenter. Soft, supple hands I think about from time to time.
And I met Ryan Gallagher personally when I was living in Minneapolis.
No
Landon.
way.
Oh yes, he's one of the first employees of Element Indoor Golf when they first opened all the way back in 2018.
Was he a stick back then?
Oh yeah.
He's still there in Minneapolis, and you're riding the high horse on the GOLFZON Tour. Emma Carpenter, seems like you guys have flip-flopped. Wow, is that a birdie eagle?
Sure is. Eagle birdie.
I think they are probably going to claw back that win that LA had from them on the last hole. Get one back within striking distance. I don't think this is going to be the upset you were hoping for, Emma Carpenter. One team cries like a little 13-year-old girl and she got her Hot Wheels taken away. You know what I mean? Wow, they went eagle, birdie, birdie.
They brought this hole to its knees for sure, Landon. Wow.
Man, think if you pushed with 2 eagles, that'd be horrible. See how Minneapolis won this hole, Emma Carpenter. Up and down.
Great start right out of the gate. He was the first to tee off. He set the tone for the hole, hitting that beautiful tee shot.
Long, strong, and down to get the friction on. What a beautiful birdie putt. Minneapolis gets one back. It is not the runaway freight train that you thought you were going to see, Emma.
2018, we had an idea to put golf simulators in a warehouse setting, and we developed a plan most of that year.
People were skeptical of Minnesotans wanting to play golf indoors, and turns out everyone that I know that plays golf loves playing indoors too.
This indoor golf market is just taking off, right? I mean, you see these things popping up everywhere, but we were one of the original 5, I want to say, in Minnesota. We're building our second location currently in Burnsville right now, so in 2 weeks we'll have two operating facilities, 23 total GOLFZON machines.
I get to keep swinging throughout the year. Minnesota is a challenge where California, Texas, some of those areas, they play golf 12 months a year outside, and we're lucky to get 6 or 7. So I enjoy element for being able to allow me to practice year-round, so that way I'm not taking a 5-month break from golf completely.
I would say 1 in every 10 customers of ours is really in here to practice. I think a lot of our customers are in here to play a round of golf. They go up to the driving range, they smack a few drivers, and they get to the first tee. And a lot of them are here to just have a couple drinks, have something to eat, and play a round of golf. I think the most fulfilling part is just seeing people come back time and time again, and seeing people enjoy something that you created.
Emma, what's going on here?
Well, Landon, here, hole number 7, par 4, 461 yards. You want to aim up the right side. The slope will bring the ball back to the center of the fairway. These long hitters here are going to have to pay attention to running out of fairway off the tee. The approach shot, they're going to need an extra club, plays pretty good ways uphill, and you have to carry that last fairway bunker. If a shot lands short of the green, it's going to kick hard to the left. So Ryan Gallagher has got the big dog out. He's going to hit driver. Hopefully he doesn't run out of fairway here. Let's see what he's got. What a swing.
Yeah, he's got great hip turn. Sensible pair of slacks as well. 2 things about that young gentleman you can appreciate. 317 yards. Beautiful shot. Team LA hammers one out there.
Nearly identical spot.
Yeah. One might be touching the other one's ball. Just on a pins-seeking mission to walk one step past his playing opponent and say, I think you're away. You ever been told you're away, Emma Carpenter?
I probably at some point.
That's got a little hook spin on it. Begging for a bounce. But the bounce never came, and he's going to have a goofy stance on that next swing. Looks like that was quite a bit downhill. Oh yeah, big sling and draw. Big and right. A lot of people went right and didn't play the slope there, but it does bottleneck.
Yeah, I don't think we have a single ball in the short stuff yet.
When my boy gets it in the short stuff, if it got work off that hill, nobody's been getting the member bounce, Emma Carpenter.
No, let's see if Shreyas Kumresh can get it. It's just gonna stay right there.
Stuff's too thick. It's thick like the plot. You know, Emma? Plot to this match, which is thick. It's, forget it. It's stupid. The literary reference, you know, stupid.
I was following.
No, I'm sure you were. You're great. Everybody likes you, Emma.
Everybody likes you, Landon.
That's a lie. Great. Nice little practice swing there. Team Los Angeles. See if you can't hit one buttery soft up there. 157 yards. He's 3 over, which is the highest score out of Team LA because they have just been birdie machines today. But I don't even know if this kid's old enough for his learner's permit. Absolutely beautiful shot.
3 over, but it might not stay that way after this hole, Landon.
Yeah, that's right. He left with a little 3-footer there. Very nice shot.
Here's Kyle Montgomery. Look at that uphill lie he's got on the moving swing plate. It's probably going to take a little off. He might land short, which he does. And when your ball is on an uphill lie about like that shot just was, that's what's so great about having that moving swing plate that's able to emulate the lie that you'd have on the golf courses. When you have that uphill lie, it does affect the distance because you are going to swing up on it. The ball's going to go a little bit higher, which might take a few yards off.
Listen to you, Butch Harmon, spouting the gospel like you're Tiger Woods' grandpa. Girl knows her stuff, thinks she's just a fresh face at a announcer school. She's not. Girl comes packing a golf wallop.
Well, I appreciate that a lot, Landon. Thank you.
Anything for you, kiddo. All right, let's see if you can't chip this in for eagle. Well, this bad boy is actually chipping for birdie. Team Golf Envy has got a very long eagle chip. I think you can do it nice. Nice little chip there. Should be able to put that real close. Look at that goofy stance he's got. Poor dude. God bless his heart, all way above his feet. So you have a tendency to leak it out right, unless you can really roll your hands over. He does. It's just one to the left of the green.
They're two very good birdie opportunities. The shot we just saw from Michael Ordona. He said he's been playing golf about 18 years, basically as long as he's been able to hold a club, Landon. So we definitely know that this is a younger team that we have in California.
Zip. Nice shot. Doesn't seem like the two teams are chatterbugs like some of the other teams where they're jovial and congratulatory. Which variety of golf do you think is played better for the teams, Emma Carpenter? A more relaxed, laissez-faire Bill Murray attitude, or a more boisterous, in-your-face Rodney Dangerfield approach? Nice birdie putt there by Minneapolis.
You know what, Landon? I actually think that, another chip from on the green. That seems to be a strategy in Golf Envy from some of these really lengthy, hard-breaking putts. But I think it has been a mix of both, Landon. It's definitely, we have seen some teams play well that have been rowdy and cheering and lots of energy. We've also seen some teams play well who have a very even-keeled demeanor, not trying to let their emotions get too high or too low. So I think it's just about whatever works best for the team.
Yeah, I like it. Know thyself. Important to know who you are and what you can do and your struggles and your triumphs. On a 3-foot birdie putt coming up after this, I think he can do it.
Ryan Gallagher's in for birdie in Minneapolis. Kyle Montgomery's in for par. That's a 1-under score on this hole. Pretty darn good.
Easy 4-foot par putt. Up and in. All right. They need this birdie putt to drop. I think just a half. Oh, this one's a par putt. Next one will be for birdie, though. That's just a 3-foot little kick in. One of the very first people on the green just absolutely double stuffed Oreos it. Is that your favorite Oreo, Emma Carpenter? The double stuffed?
I feel like the double stuffed almost became just your run-of-the-mill Oreo. Tap in birdie. Done very well. That's a push. Wow, Golf Envy was in great shape, but Ryan Gallagher coming up clutch, making that birdie. Clutch yet again. Eagle birdie on the last couple holes. He's 4 under par. Natural, individually. Got some good golf being played here today. Golf Envy remains 1 up through 7. Let's take a look at hole number 8. Par 3, 168 yards. The right side of the green slopes away from the tee. There's trouble long of the green. So shots that are in the center or the left are going to finish on that lower left tier.
Much more coastal course than St. Andrews. Doesn't feel very links style, does it? I mean, the greens are pretty big, but it doesn't feel like there's any traditional shared greens yet that we've seen.
I think it's the elevation and the rolling hills and the tall grass. It definitely, it has a links feel, but being right on the coastline as well, call it a seaside Scottish links golf course. I mean, very, very neat.
I was hoping that thing was going to cut back, and it never did. LA, kids stick. I'm expecting a buttery cut. See if he can get this thing to hold up in the wind. Does hit a buttery cut, but he overcut it. Ended up short and right. That's not a bad place to attack the pin from, though. Got that little swell there. As long as you get over that, you should be in okay position. This is good. Getting gooder. Gooder word, Emma Carpenter.
I don't think so, but I think if it feels right, then you go ahead and use it. I know what you meant.
What's that?
The thing about that lower left part of the green that we're watching Kyle Montgomery chip from right now is that it's going to just be straight uphill. From that short right position, if a ball gets too low, it may just swing all the way down in that lower tier where we're seeing that golf ball right in front of the first cut on the right part of your screen in Minneapolis. Another tee shot in LA. This long left.
Not ideal. And we've been seeing a lot of chip-ins today, Emma Carpenter. Probably more chip-ins than we've seen in other rounds combined, and we're just on hole number 8. How cuckoo bananas is that?
It is, certainly, especially with how early on in the round we are. I think that the approach that Golf Envy is taking to actually choose to chip on the green when they have over 35 feet is certainly an interesting take. Yes, see, Ryan Hansen is needing to take this way out up to the right. Got a little nervous of getting that ball low and it's swinging all the way down into the lower tier, but overshot the distance a little bit. He kept it high enough, but just ran it a little bit too long. But yes, Landon, I agree. We've definitely seen lots of hole outs and lots of players just flying the ball all the way to the hole, almost like they're just trying to dunk the ball in and take all of the break out of it completely.
It's a very strategic play if you got the hands of Swedish masseuse, buttery and oiled and delicate. That's what you got to be with the wedges if you're going to chip on the green and just try to flop everything in there within a little tap-in putt. But, you know, there is no told how many enemies have been made by large undulating quadruple breaking greens from golfers throughout the years. Sometimes if you're going to putt it, might as well just putt. See if Team LA can't drop this 32 foot, largely breaking left to right. Doesn't have the speed. Great aim though.
Very good line, good stroke, good leave. Seeming like a lot of these players are going to have a good amount of work left for their par. Kyle Montgomery's got 10 feet. Ryan Gallagher has 7.5 feet. Jason Bustos, 4 feet. Shreyas Kumaresh has 17, nearly 18 feet. This birdie putt right here, Michael Ordona can find a way to have this golf ball find the bottom of the cup. That would be huge because, gosh, I think even par on this hole is going to get a win.
Nice birdie putt there. Can't judge the speed on this one, Emma Carpenter. Everybody's been pulling up lame, as it were.
Yeah, well, it's like I was briefly mentioning when we saw Kyle Montgomery chipping from that lower left part of the green. It's just straight uphill, and we saw both he and his teammate Ryan Gallagher leave their putt slash chip pretty darn short just because of how uphill that plays up that slope.
That's right.
Something that you need to be mindful of on these Golf Zone simulators, oftentimes players don't realize how much they trust their eyes and their depth perception on the course, because they need to pay attention to the numbers on the screen, because it truly gives you everything you need to know. You just need to pay close attention.
Nice little par there. Needed that. A little round of applause for these small children. Par here. They clearly have a unbelievable junior golf program there. I wonder what age these guys started there in Golf Envy was. Started really young and just built them like tiny little golf robots. LA wins the hole. Beautiful swings out of this team in LA.
2 of the 3 players have only been playing about 7-8 years, but Michael Ordona has been playing ever since he was old enough to hold a golf club. Let's look at hole number 9, Landon. We're at Kingsbarns Golf Links. Hole number 9, par 5, 558 yards. They call this one Kirk. Landon, these players are not going to want to try to cut off too much down the right side. There's plenty of fairway in the center and on the left. Those 2 fairway bunkers create a real decision for the second shot.
Here's any OB on this hole? Probably not.
That's the thing about link style golf, Landon. There's usually not a lot of out of bounds. Lots of playing onto other holes.
Strategic.
Oh, look
Nice
at that.
high buttery cut.
High
And he
buttery
smashed that.
cut. Wow.
Surprised he's not 4 under.
He is 4 under.
Oh, that's the one. Oh, he's the Gallagher's 4 under.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Makes you wish you never would have left Minneapolis, Emma Carpenter, just so you can be around such golf greatness as Brian Gallagher.
Well, Landon, I'm actually not too far from Element Indoor Golf as we speak. I'm
No, how
broadcasting
far is it?
I'm broadcasting from about 40 minutes away currently.
Wow. How special would it have been if you would have just showed up there, Emma Carpenter?
A guest appearance would have been neat, Landon. Sure would have. I don't want to show any kind of bias for this match, though. As you know, I root for everybody.
I don't. You know, I have very clear enemies and allies. He's got an interesting looking swing. It's goofy. I wonder how tall he is. I think he might be 6'7", 6'6".
He does definitely look tall.
Somebody's got to ask him, how tall are you, friend? I bet somebody's asked him that before. People ask me how tall I am all the time.
Here's a great shot. We're getting Shreyas Kumaresh.
Whoa.
Big rip.
He hit that so hard he nearly knocked the camera over, for goodness sakes. We thought those things were secured well. More duct tape. Am I right, Emma Carpenter? Where does match stand right now, Emma Carpenter, for those at home who have forgotten?
Absolutely, Landon. Golf Envy currently 2 up through 8. I was correct in my presumption that par would be enough for the win on the 8th hole, that par 3. The pin position, although in the center, posed to be very tricky, just sitting right there on that slope, and the players struggled on that green just a little bit. But 2 up through 8, so we still got 10 holes to play. There is so much that can happen, and we've sort of seen, I would say, the theme is that that we have seen, Landon, is that whoever comes out victorious in these GOLFZON Tour matches usually heats up right around this mark of 9, 10, 11, 12, early on into the back 9, whichever player is sort of pulling ahead and plays good through that stretch of holes, is they're just They are just sitting real pretty moving into the home stretch.
Emma Carpenter, you wouldn't possibly be talking about the last match we called, would you?
That's definitely one of them, Landon.
I think that was the only one where there was just an absolute sea wallop of manpower upon the chests of the other team starting around hole 9.
It was exactly on hole 9 that we saw that team just go on an absolute tear. But generally, if a team is playing well in the stretch of holes early on in the back 9, it makes it so that it can be too difficult to catch back up in the remaining holes.
That's what you want. You want a decisive victory. Trading back one match after another, that is not a Tiger Woods mentality. More like a Charles Barkley mentality, I'd have to say. You ever met Charles Barkley? I'm a Carpenter.
I have not, personally.
That's a shame. On very, very nice shot out of Team Envy. Can it stop? Oh, man. Somehow found a way to make a Tour hybrid bite. What a shot. I think that's probably his mom. Background, cheering her little boy on. Might be watching a boy become a man this evening.
Landon, I don't know why you presume that they're so young.
Oh, they look so young. Just because of their faces.
I believe
I feel terrible if they're all like 44. Be like, what are you drinking? Can
Well,
I
I
have
don't
some?
think they're 44, but I believe they're all in their early 20s.
No, surely not. They for shame they cannot be. Nice putt there. Team Minneapolis.
Well,
It's a long one and a hard
We're
one.
gonna get a chance to hear more about Team Golf Envy, Landon.
God, I hope so. We paid good money for this, Emma Carpenter.
Beautiful.
You think we might be? You think it's my turn, Emma Carpenter? It's my turn. You had your turn. It's my turn. Emma Carpenter. You think we're gonna see Team Golf Envy or beautiful Orlando, Florida in January?
Well, I don't see why we couldn't, Landon. They are definitely 3 very good players. They're the #1 seed in the West for a reason.
Oh, that's true. Light heart. Goodbye. Man, look at this kid. God, I wonder if he's accepting applications for roommates, Emma Carpenter. Possibly his wife, significant other, would allow me to live above his garage. And he could come out in the garage at late hours of the night and feed me tiny little golf tips as I fall asleep. Wouldn't that be the real dream?
If that's your dream, Landon, we can certainly try to make that happen for you.
That's everybody's dream, Emma Carpenter. Like a tiny little squirrel named Buttons, and he just feeds me tiny little golf tips for nuts. You know, little things like that right as I fall asleep. Very nice par out of Team Minneapolis. It could go birdie par in Minneapolis. Right, Emma Carpenter.
It was actually eagle par in Minneapolis.
That's right. Eagle par. Clearly not an horticulturalist. Could not get my bird straight.
Brian
Hated
Gallagher
that so bad.
may just be single-handedly keeping his team in this match, but we have a 3-foot eagle putt coming up from Michael Ordona, so it's looking like the eagle par is not going to be enough.
This one's a par putt, but we do have an eagle putt coming up right after this. Oh no. I don't think it's going to hurt him because this putt right here is for eagle, and I don't think he's going to miss. It is dead straight, dead level.
For the win on this hole to go 3 up. Reno, the wave.
Waving at a legion of fans, yet the fans are not there. Emma, do you think he's suffering some sort of mental episode, or do you think that was just boisterous passion?
I think that there is absolutely a gallery that he's got there, Landon.
Sure enough. Well, I'd love to see a replay.
Yeah, I would love to.
Downtown Judy Brown hitting this thing with authority, and he pulls it down. And that was just exactly what LA needed. That and another chip from just off the green. Up and down. From many holes ago. That was absolutely beautifully done. A big cheering section from Team LA. And got this beautiful chip in eagle. Ryan Gallagher. Another putt here. Another eagle. It is just a eagle factory, Emma Carpenter Murray.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Landon.
I'm here to hit bombs off the tee. DOD is whatever it may be. I'm here to hit long putts. So, yeah, I'm so excited. I recently graduated from college golf, and I missed it a lot. So I'm glad that there's a team aspect in GOLFZON Tour. I love it. I love it.
So having a team aspect in GOLFZON is just in golf is actually a little bit different. Having other teammates to not really just rely on to be able to accomplish a goal on is huge. Say I mess up on a hole, but I know I got 4 other golfers with me that can really take over and take on what I've not been doing good on that hole is huge. So instead of having all the weight on just my shoulders, it's nice having it with my other teammates.
I would say it's a little harder out on the real golf course because, I don't know, there's so many more variables that you have to deal with. But at the end of the day, it's still competition, so you still gotta fight for it.
During the seeding matches, first couple holes were really nerve-wracking. Like, I couldn't breathe at some points. I'm like, oh geez, I'm a little tight in the chest. First tee jitters, all the same. Every shot counts. It might be easier here because closed conditions, but the pressure is always there.
I'm more nervous about this than the match,
No, I'm just happy to be here. Happy to represent the city of Laverne. My dad's from South Korea, so to me it's really special to be here and playing on the tour, the GOLFZON Tour. So I'm proud and excited to continue playing.
Moving into the back 9, when you look at the way that the scores have shaken out on the front, just 2 holes that were actually pushes between these two teams. I think that Minneapolis, having had their big win to get it back to 1 down, that was on hole number 6 when they actually went eagle, birdie, birdie. Sometimes the nature of this particular format with the 3 count 2 just means that you need to ham and egg it really well. You can't all play well in the exact same hole, and I think that that's what Team LA has done very well. All 3 players have been contributing when they are needed. If a teammate is struggling, then another teammate steps up, and Ryan Gallagher has just been playing really solid for Team Minneapolis throughout. He's going to want a little more help from his teammates moving into the back 9.
Got him. Somebody should write what you just said on some sort of marble to be celebrated for all mankind. One of the best calls in all of sports, Emma Carpenter.
Oh, well, I am so flattered, Landon. Let's take a look at our back 9 signature holes as these teams make the turn. Hole 12, hole 15, hole 18. We got a par 5, a par 3, and a par 4 just to keep the variety up. Hole 12, par 5. Long ways, a long, dramatic par 5 that winds along the coast. Strategic bunkering and a multi-tiered green that makes both the layup and the approach shots a true test of skill. 606 yards, Landon. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say this one is not quite reachable in 2, but, anything is possible.
Been proven wrong before with a long
no kidding.
par 5. Hole number 15 is par 3, 212 yards. Postcard perfect par 3, where players must carry their shot over a rugged coastal terrain. The green's framed by the North Sea. Emma, tell me about 18.
18, Landon, 444 yards, the closing hole that embodies the course's spirit. Hopefully we're going to get a chance to see it here today with the sea running parallel to the fairway. Gosh, it is a beautiful finishing hole, but I mean, LA making the turn at 3 up. They are definitely sitting pretty. Not a great start.
2 exceptionally mediocre drives.
Yes.
It is just a race to the bottom now on the back 9. Both Team Minneapolis and LA butterflopped a pile of gack. Right, Emma? You wouldn't get that reference. You're not a Nickelodeon kid because you were born in 1997.
I'm a Nickelodeon kid.
Not a chance. Let's see what Team LA can do. Drive low on the face, and it's going to be a little spinny. And that is going to be in the junk.
Kyle Montgomery might be the first ball finding the fairway on this hole.
First and only, possibly. It's a pretty thin fairway, though.
It is, but that could not have been any more in the center, I think.
Oh, no. Another weak fade right. Balls are very close to each other. Playing kart golf. And do you like to walk or take a cart?
If I'm competing, I like to walk. If I'm playing a recreational round of golf, I like to take a cart.
Sure enough.
Is that a fair answer, do you think?
If it's your answer, it's a fair answer.
Oh, why, thank you. Appreciate
Certainly
the
no answer that I
validation.
would have answered my own, but there you go.
Normally when I don't agree with you, Landon, you tell me it's the wrong answer, so.
I refuse to golf if I have to take a cart. If a resort has golf cart policy where you have to play on a golf cart, I will not stay at that resort.
That's probably why you're such a good golfer, Landon. All of the best golfers always prefer to walk, typically.
Yeah, it's an exercise thing.
Unless you're John Daly.
God bless his heart. Man, Tiger Woods has nothing but vile contempt for the gift that he wasted. Just joking, folks. You never know what somebody's own personal feelings for somebody is, but Emma Carpenter, I do have to say that John Daly had all the talent in the world, and you and I were discussing, do you live to party or do you party to live? And seems everybody has to take their own navigation through this life to determine which one you want to be. Seems like John Daly lives to party.
No, whatever makes him happy, and he may argue that it's part of what made him a good golfer. You never know.
You never know. You just never know.
It's seeming like a lot of the golf balls that went over to the right. Luckily, Ryan Gallagher had a little bit more of a flat lie over on the left, but all those golf balls on the right, these players have the ball way above their feet, which does not make the approach shot easy. Over there on the left just seemed to be a little bit more flat, approaching the green from more of an uphill view. This looks like a pretty good golf shot from Shreyas Kumarash. Very well done.
Nice shot, Kumarash.
Is that my friend Hallie Ledbetter at Golf Envy? I think I just saw her in the background in the crowd. It's pretty crowded over there.
There's no way that she would be at that match.
Why not?
What in the world would she be doing on a beautiful Thursday night in Los Angeles, but going to one of the greatest indoor golf experiences in the world? Emma Carpenter.
Well, Landon, she lives in LA. She's a wonderful person, wonderful golfer. She perhaps wanted to support Golf Envy and the team they got here.
God bless her heart. Seems like she should be playing for them, does it not?
I don't disagree with you. You know, her father, David Ledbetter, his team in Orlando just upset Toronto, as we were mentioning earlier. So she definitely has all of the ties to the Golf Zone simulators. I know she plays on them lots herself.
Yeah, we definitely did see Orlando giving the other team a little spank on the hiney for being a bad baby.
Par putt from 11 feet for Kyle Montgomery. Just slides off. Here's Michael Ordona, 23 feet. Look at how much this putt is breaking. He's going to have to take it way left, just a little bit uphill. He gave it a good run. Is that going to curve in? Whew. Speeds up past the hole, Landon.
Yeah, that thing did not want to stop. Seemed if it was on some sort of personal mission to miss the hole and wave goodbye on the way past it, and then also buy a bus ticket to Toronto. What do you want to do in Toronto? Eat some maple syrup, I assume. Never been.
Do you want? I actually have an answer for that, Landon. I would want to hang off of the CN Tower.
That sounds dangerous.
It's actually something that you can do. You can be attached to bungees. Picture still bungee jumping. Ryan Gallagher has a putt from 9.5 feet we're about to see here. This is to go to 7 under natural.
No. What's an unnatural 7 under in Carpenter?
What's an unnatural 7 under?
Yeah, that's right.
An unnatural 7 under would be if you were 7 under in a scramble. So it was like a 2-man or 3-man or 4-man contribution. Natural is what you're completely on your own individually.
Ryan Gallagher might set a course record this evening.
I mean, 6 under par through 10, nearly 7 under. Oh no! Oh, bummer.
Was that Ryan?
It was.
He's gonna drop a
Unfortunately, did
jump.
not make the comeback. He had 9.5 feet for birdie, and then he had 10 feet for par, and did not make it.
Ryan Gallagher's gonna lose one to the course here.
Oof. But I mean, gosh, these players are struggling on this green. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
That's what the doctor said when I was born.
All right, here is Jason Bustos. I think your best bet is to do exactly what he did, leave yourself a dead straight uphill 8-footer. That's the best way to conquer a tough green.
Drop for birdie. That's what Haley Ledbetter looks like, right? The one in the red pants?
That's Hallie Ledbetter. That's my good friend. I was right, Landon.
Where is she? What in the what? How did she get a ticket? Probably knows Steve. And it is a team effort here at GOLFZON Tour. It's almost become a bit of a family. Am I right, Emma?
Sure has, and that will seal the deal for Team LA. Landon, they are now 4 up.
Beautiful.
Said it. I said these holes here are going to be the most important, and they're going on a tear right at the right time. Let's take a look at hole number 11, Landon. Tell me about it.
It's called Woods, Emma Carpenter, 481 yards. Down the left of the fairway will open up to the green. Now, there is more room on the left hand where the fairway bunkers are that make it and then what it looks like from the tee. The wall on the right of the fairway is an integral part of the course and therefore not out of bounds. We all want some out of bounds, but you're not going to find it on this hole. Doesn't really feel like we're in Woods, does it, Emma Carpenter?
Definitely not, Landon. Now, at 481 yards, this is definitely not a short par 4 by any means. We saw one that was 330 earlier. Now this is 150 yards longer.
Nice little wallop there. Our golfing boyfriend, Ryan Gallagher, absolutely hand pommeling one out there almost
might have had a little
330.
anger behind that one, Landon, after that uncharacteristic 3-putt on the last hole.
Yeah, he wanted that one back, and he put a little hurt on that golf ball. Might need to see a therapist. Nothing wrong with there. You're still a man.
There's Kyle Montgomery, just flare out to the right. Here's Shreyas Kumaresh, also traveling right.
Yeah, I think the small children out there in LA have absolutely beautiful textbook swings, but they are so limber that their lower bodies, that's a goofy thing to say. Lower bodies are firing so hard that they're finding a difficult time just syncing up the club face.
Landon,
With
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Pay close attention to this golf swing from Michael Ordona. Does he take his eye off the golf ball?
I think he just really loads up behind it. I don't think he stops looking at it. But I'll pay a little bit closer attention next time.
Next time, especially with the driver, I've noticed Michael Ordona, and he hits a great tee ball. When he takes the club back, it looks like he nearly takes his eye off the ball.
Talk about Team LA, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's who I was watching. Oh no, we'll watch it on this approach shot.
Sorry to interrupt you, Landon. Continue on with what you're saying.
I can't even remember at this point. You interrupted me so violently and without cause. Beautiful shot there from Team Minneapolis. They're going to need some good shots on the board because they are getting spanked like a newborn baby who stole the keys to your Ferrari. Racked up a crap ton credit card debt. What did it ever happen to you?
How does a newborn baby steal the keys to your Ferrari?
Shouldn't have let them out, Emma. That's all I gotta say is I shouldn't have let them out.
Yeah, I think that's on you.
It is on me, and I am not happy that it happened, but I did learn a lesson.
Wow.
Don't leave the keys to the Ferrari out and about.
Ryan Gallagher is just hitting the ball on a string. And then how about this response from Shreyas Kumaresh? I mean, I cannot believe how well Ryan Gallagher is striking the golf ball. It's remarkable. He's given himself like inside 12 feet for birdie nearly every hole.
Yeah, he is not crushing it.
I love this lie that Golf Zone can simulate when you're actually standing on a downhill, but the ball is almost above your feet. It's such a unique lie. The fact that Golf Zone is able to simulate that for you is amazing.
Yeah, you definitely have to be on a golf course full of swales, undulating, almost like a million M's are being written on the ground, would be the type of lie that he just had. They're standing on a hill with a little valley between him and the next ridge line. Speaking mountaineering terms, I'm sure a lot of you are mountaineers out there at all, familiar with different type of geological formations. What's your favorite geological formation, Emma Carpenter?
I don't know that I have one. I'm going to be super honest with you, Landon.
Sure enough. Sure enough. And probably out in the Badlands out there in Montana where they found a lot of dinosaurs. Possibly in Germany where they found Tik Tok, my favorite dinosaur. Come on, Ryan. Good gosh.
Oof. Why not?
Somebody needs to check that man for performance-enhancing drugs. What do you think his handicap is? +5? Be on tour.
I mean, I'm definitely extremely impressed with the Shoreview, Minnesota native. He's been playing golf since he was 7. He started playing competitively when he was 16. He's also played hockey and baseball before turning more into full-time golf. And he really got into indoor golf when he became one of the first employees of Element. When they opened back up in 2018, like I mentioned earlier, he won the 2021 Minnesota PGA Assistant Professional Championship. which included his lowest tournament round of golf, 67 at Windsong Farm Golf Club. Really good golf course. One of the best in Minnesota, if I do say so myself.
Where he has there.
He also has the course record at with a 62 at North Oaks Golf Club. He might get the course record here today on Golf Zone at Kingsbarns Links.
That would not surprise me at all. You see the video where I beat the course record at my golf course out here, Emma Carpenter?
Of course I have, Landon. I've seen all your videos.
Oh my goodness, jeez. Who made you? My mom?
Well, you did, but I didn't think that we were going to talk about that on air.
Nah, we can talk about it on air. My mom left me the money. She pays all my fans. That was a great day. I like beating course records. It's fun.
I don't have a course record, Landon. That's very impressive.
Is it sexist or misogynist to ask, do they have female course records?
I don't think so, because you know what? If they don't, they absolutely should.
I agree with that.
If they have female club championships, I don't see why there shouldn't be a female course record.
Yeah, there should be male and female course records. I think that'd be dope. Minneapolis getting one back on the field. Clawing things back. Emma Carpenter, do you think there is any chance whatsoever that they are going to get anywhere close to getting enough momentum to get back in this tournament?
Well, absolutely, Landon. I think that anything is possible in the GOLFZON Tour. Nothing is over until it's over. I think that, honestly, Ryan Gallagher, the golf that he's playing, I would say he is single-handedly keeping his team in this match here today. I mean, he's 6 under par with a 3-putt on the previous hole from 10 feet. Landon, what have you been most impressed with so far today and throughout the GOLFZON Tour?
Obviously, it's Ryan Gallagher's swing. He's got a winning personality. I hear he makes one hell of a risotto. I've never gotten to try it myself, but I hope to one day.
I've been playing some outdoor golf all summer and fall, doing some local competitive tournaments, and then I do league here on Thursdays as well.
So I've been in this league, or simulator league, probably for about 3 years now, and just kind of took a great bond to it.
Well, life gets busy, but you can still pencil in once a week getting up here and keeping the game sharp.
It definitely makes me feel better doing GOLFZON simulators. I get to shoot a little bit better than I do out in the real world sometimes. The GOLFZON Tour is a little bit different setting, so you got to swing a little bit harder, swing a little bit better, and the greens are a little bit quicker, so it's fun to get in there and get the experience for sure.
It's a little different playing on a team, I think, rather than an individual competition, which is most of what my golf tournaments have been for the last 5-7 years.
Everybody has to pick each other up. Guys are going to have tough holes. It's just part of the game, so you gotta keep moving forward as a team.
It's been a lot of fun. Being able to root for your guys and root against the other team, not necessarily with them knowing about it, is pretty fun.
I don't, try to get too competitive. I don't try to get down after, I double or triple or anything like that. Next hole is the next hole, and you can kind of forget the last one. So I'm hoping we can go pretty far. We're all new to this, and I'm guessing some of the other teams are too. So I'm hoping we can go far and in the playoffs and have some fun doing it.
Landon, tell me about hole number 12.
Well, I wouldn't like to, but I'm going to anyways. It is the reachable par 5, only 600 short yards. If you're a long bomber, that's no problem. Go driver flip wedge. Take a breath after the walk up and enjoy the stunning view. Favor the right-hand side. That's going to allow the slope to work the ball right into the center of the fairway. So we're looking for some high buttery cuts here, or to play an overdraw Team Los Angeles seems to like the draw. Team Minneapolis seems to like the fade. Oh, Ledbetter. You texting her right now, Emma Carpenter? You better not be.
No, but I should.
Wow, you should stay on camera and keep calling it beautiful match.
I would if I could. She's a great girl.
Wallops that one.
She's a great character in the game of golf and in the golf industry. The golf industry is lucky to have her.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, all of the life experiences she got to live. And you got 3 million followers on social media. You can't get anybody to call you back. Born Haley Ledbetter. Good gracious, there's nothing she can do.
We got to discuss a lot of her life experiences on my podcast, Landon.
Yeah, I bet she's had a pretty wild life growing up in that family.
Definitely. Well, she has had a wonderful relationship with her father. Although he's such a renowned golf coach, he definitely did not force her to stay under or to be under his coaching at all, which is really neat. We talked all about it. But Landon, back to this match, that golf swing right there from Michael Ordona, like I mentioned, it nearly looks like he takes his eye off the golf ball, but I think you're right in how hard he just loads up and turns in order to get so much speed. That ball carried over 300 yards and rolled out to about 325.
Yeah, that's the secret to the power multiplier, as some golf coaches like to call it. And that is storing up that energy, but you cannot store up any energy if you do not coil hard enough. You can get that coil nice and tight, create stretch and pressure. What you got to do is alleviate that pressure, and you have untapped power in the term of centripetal force.
Landon, this is one of our signature holes, the 599-yard hole. Jason Bustos still going for it in 2, and he nearly does it. Wow.
Beautiful. Think we're going to see an eagle on this hole?
Oh, I don't know about that. That would be just unfathomable.
When you do 63 out, I think you could probably get a 3-wood up there.
Ball's above his feet, water left. He's definitely going to be aiming a little bit to the right.
What smash is that?
Oh
he
my
needs
gosh.
it. Oh, we could be witnessing greatness here, folks. Missed it. Button for eagle, and he says he missed it.
Can you believe that, Landon? 600-yard par 5s are gettable now?
Sure they are, if you're these guys. Untucking his teammate's shirt, said, "You look like a disheveled mess. Quit trying to burn the candle at both ends. We got a match to win, and you're embarrassing yourself." At least that's what my dad used to tell me. Am I right?
Well, I would have no idea.
I would. I'd have a pretty darn good idea.
You'd have a better idea than I would.
Sure enough. Did you come from a loving family, Emma? Sure you did.
I sure did, Landon. I'm very fortunate.
Love that about you. You have to tell me memories of what it's like to have Christmas on Christmas morning, as opposed to 6 or 7 days later when your mom wakes up. Night waitressing at the Waffle House, where she broke up not 3 but 4 fistfights and 2 stabbings. Nice shot there from Team Golf Envy. Gonna have to chip it over that bunker, but he's got a backboard to work with, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Ryan Gallagher pin high. Last time we saw him chipping from close to this distance, he just jarred it for eagle.
Although,
and his teammates followed it up with a couple birdies to win the hole. That was back earlier on hole number 6. We'll see what he does here as Jason Bustos hits his chip.
he's gonna have to chip
Very
this into
similar
birdie.
distance. No, just off the hosel.
Oh, it worked out for him. Bad getting better. He did not deserve any good things after that chip. That was Piss poor terrible, sadly. Got a good boisterous atmosphere there in LA. It's nice to hear them enjoying themselves. And they're in the lead, so why wouldn't you? How far are they ahead? I'm a Carpenter with how many to play?
They're 3 up with 7 holes to play, or 6.5, I should say. So if Golf Envy does win this hole, that would put them 4 up with 6 to play.
I think they have the ability. Ooh, can't get that one to stop. Gravity is taking that thing downhill. We're gonna have a long putt left. There's a 33-foot birdie chance. Nice putt, nothing to be sad about there in Minneapolis. We got our golf boyfriend trying to set course records. Well, let's see if he can't put this thing in. 22-footer for bird. Ryan Gallagher.
Oh, gosh.
Well, he's disappointed. He expected to make a 22-footer. That's bonkers. That's cuckoo bananas. That is a man who is dialed up tighter than a snare drum.
Yeah, he's made 2 eagles already, and he's expecting to make 3 in 1 round. Imagine the mindset of good golf that you're in. I've been there before, where I'm playing such a good round of golf that when I miss like a really lengthy birdie putt, then I get so disappointed, and on a normal day you wouldn't think anything of it, but when you're dialed, and sometimes you just can't believe the ball doesn't find the bottom of the cup every time.
Not the right thing to say out loud, Emma Carpenter. You think there's any chance that LA wins this one too?
It's not looking too great. We have Ryan Hansen in for par.
We got an eagle putt right here, though.
Ryan Gallagher now in for par. So par for Minneapolis. I think that Golf Envy is actually, it's all going to come down to what Michael Ordona can do, because his 2 teammates still have a good amount of work left for par. So even par will push. Look at how...
It is an eagle. You just got to sling that thing up there, hope that it just breaks down below the hole, have an uphiller, maybe a 4-foot, 3-foot uphiller left or
right,
right.
But then one of his teamates still needs to make the
only
par
a 7
putt to
footer.
push.
Yeah, it's only a 7-footer. Oh, just let him in. Oh, that is not what you want to do. That is the opposite of what you want. Now you've got a really long birdie putt that breaks a little less than the last one. Yeah, that was worst case scenario there.
Ooh,
that was not great.
27 feet left.
That's not good. Got to find a way to do better than par. This is everything if they want to win it.
No way.
Oh,
no way.
Starts it off. What do you expect? I'm an 800-pound gorilla, and I want me some nanners. Great putt. Now they have to have one of these par putts to fall if they're going to beat Team Minneapolis. Par will win the hole, and they have 2 par opportunities. One is a 22-footer, one is a 7-footer, but we don't know how that one's breaking. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Burning edges. All right, so this becomes a must-make if they're going to win the hole. He must make this 7-footer for par. You'd hate to... Oh, that is not an easy putt. Hard breaking left.
His teammate has just a tap in. He could probably blow on it, and he's in for his bogey. So I don't see any reason why he shouldn't just bang this 7-footer as hard as he can to the back of the cup. Just take the break out of it, and I think not get too touchy with this putt, because they're already in for a push. This is for the win.
I don't think you'll get it. What the hell do I know?
You know a lot,
Hop up on
Landon,
NyQuil, Emma Carpenter, because that was just jarred for par. What a beautiful pass through the golf ball.
We were the first GolfZone location in Minnesota. I chose GolfZone because I thought they were the most advanced simulator on the market.
As we were deciding what product to put into our clubhouse, looked at all the majors, right? And it was immediate. As soon as I saw GolfZone, I knew that was it. It's so advanced. It's so immersive.
People are really enjoying these GolfZone simulators over other technology on the market. I think it was really the hardware. It was the moving floor, the automatic ball feeders, the multiple hitting areas. It made it feel like it was more realistic when you were playing on a simulator versus, always hitting on a flat lie and a perfect lie or a fairway lie.
Completely immerses you in the course, in the hole, and alters your lie. And so you get to practice all above the feet, all below the feet, uphill, downhill, out of rough, clubbing up. All those things are really important that you just can't get out of a range session. Our members become raving fans. Every time we get the same reaction when a new prospect comes in and they see it. First of all, they're amazed with the auto tee. They're amazed with hitting out of rough, out of sand, the numbers, the data, how it coordinates with your phone, gives you the feedback, the AI swing analysis. There's just so much data that can be consumed. It's just a good space to learn the game of golf.
I hope that it helps grow the sport of simulator golf, especially here in Minnesota, where we have one of the largest golfers per capita out of any state. It's really influenced the game quite a bit, and I think it's only going to advance that in the future.
All right, Landon, we are moving into the home stretch of this match. Team Golf Envy now 4 up through 12. What do you think is going to play out here over these next couple holes? Do you think that Element Indoor Golf can perhaps claw their way back in here?
I think it's going to be Dormy with 3 or 4 to play. I haven't decided which. Golf Envy will. That is my proposed outcome. What's your proposed outcome, Emma C?
Well,
man,
after
this
watching
Ryan
that
Gallagher
golf
is
ball
a
land,
unit. I'm sorry, Emma. It's just to be said. If he
can't
wasn't
disagree
here,
with
I think
you.
the match might already have been over.
I just can't believe, I would say, how precise his approach shots are, but that would be not giving enough credit to his driver and his tee shots, which have been also phenomenal. So I just think that he's putting on an absolute ball striking clinic, Landon.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable, the golf that he's playing out there today. He is single-handedly keeping his team alive. But that is not to say that there's not a 5 under on the board right now. Little did he know it was a 13-year-old boy. I'm just joking, folks. I don't know how old the team is in Los Angeles, but they do look like they could not vote in the next election.
And the next election is 4 years away, and you still think they wouldn't be able to vote?
That was the joke, Emma Carpenter. Thanks for keeping up.
You're welcome, of course. That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm your co-host, is to keep up with your jokes.
I was wondering what in the heck they hired you for. I think you're doing a great job, Emma Carpenter. I hope all of you out there are encouraging Emma Carpenter and her DMs to not give up on her broadcasting career and to just keep going for it, no matter how good or bad she may be.
Oh, well, thank you, Landon. I think.
I think you're welcome, Emma. Oh, no, he doesn't.
What did we just C.
An absolute stud making studly moves. Studly E. What do you
Landon.
expect, folks? Team Golf Envy are... Oh, do you hear him? He's just making
I'm
the
entertained.
gladiator call-out reference. You think he now knows that he just hold out?
Landon, it was like a blind second shot. He was in so much trouble. A blind chip.
Well, he hold out for bird, and another birdie from Ryan Gallagher. Surprising no one.
He's not even surprising himself. He's 7 under par through 13.
So birdie par will do it for Minneapolis. Oh, Los Angeles desperately wants a birdie so they can go Darmy.
Well, it comes down to this one.
An 18-footer with almost no movement in it whatsoever. That could win the hole and could possibly even put a crowbar in the engine block of Team Minneapolis. St. Paul its own city? That doesn't
Wow.
matter. And we may have just seen the end of the match.
Dormy. Well, and St. Paul is its own city, by the way. That's why they called the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. LA goes 5 up through 13 to have Minneapolis dormy.
Yeah. To be beaten by a bunch of toddlers. That's brutal.
Landon, let's see this one more time. Well, what just happened here on this hole, which was actually looking a lot more promising for Minneapolis after a couple of those solid tee shots. Look at this. Through the tall grass. Couldn't even see the green.
That's bonkers. That's cuckoo bananas.
He trickles it in the front edge. Everything about it.
Yeah, these are just tiny little golf robots. Their misses may be big, but their non-misses are deadly. Some beautiful golf out of Team Envy. Just exactly what you'd want to see. Minneapolis tried to claw back a devastating defeat there. The previous few holes was able to get one back, but LA says, just a second, hold my chocolate milk and my blankie, because it's nap time in the kindergarten.
Landon, these last 6 holes went LA, Minneapolis, LA. No holes have been pushed in the last 6 holes. LA won 5 of them, Minneapolis won 1.
You just sounded like a Valley girl there, Emma Carpenter. I'll lie. Am I right, Emma?
I don't know. I guess I have to listen to it back. Let's see what Michael Ordona's got from Team LA.
Oh, God, I'll lie. A pretty nice shot from Ryan Gallagher, surprising no one. Guy's just a striped show machine. Absolutely beautiful golf there.
Landon, now this match could very well end on this hole. Minneapolis needs to win this hole to keep this match going.
Wait a second, Emma. Are we dormy?
We are dormy.
Man, that's crazy. It took multiple to ever get a single match that didn't end on 18 or extra innings. And then you pray to Jesus, and Jesus comes down and says, bless you, child, you may have your way. We get 2 matches in a row that are absolute blowouts that I was hoping for starting in the very first match. You remember me saying that, Emma Carpenter? I like to see blowouts.
You do.
And
Well, it's certainly fun to watch a team earn it, and LA has very much earned a win here today. And the match is certainly not over. You know, one time, Landon, my father was up 5 holes with 5 holes to play and ended up losing in extra holes in the B Flight Club Championship. So, you know what? Things happen.
Sounds like that's a man who can't handle the pressure, Emma. I hope that you make him feel bad about it every day.
Oh, he was never any good after that, Landon.
I'd just wreck your soul, won't it, Carpenter? Oh, nice little buttery chip that's going in there. Let's hope that it releases, and it does not. Oh my goodness, could Team LA make another blind hole out? Wow.
Wow.
That could be the momentum that they need to carry the other two teammates to stick one close to and just put this team out of their memory.
Out of their memory?
Yeah, just wipe them off like it was like Thanos when he snapped his finger with the power glove. You know what I'm talking about? Out of an infinity gauntlet? Yeah, the infinity gauntlet. Just snapped his finger out of the memory. Just wipe them from the face of the earth.
Well, Landon,
Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, man. The other one, oh, no, that's actually pretty darn good. 2 birdie chances and makeable birdies. Am I right, Emma? Am I right?
you sure are. You sure are, Landon. You're not always right, but you're right about this. You're right about a lot of things.
Sure enough.
This is a very similar situation, or I should say identical situation to what we saw from Detroit in New York City. Detroit had New York City Dormy on hole number 14, just as we're seeing. They won 6 and 4. We'll see what Minneapolis does as Ryan Gallagher putts his birdie. It shockingly does not fall.
You know, he's got to probably have a pretty sore back from carrying his teammates this entire time. Poor guy's going to need some icy toners or some sort of tiger balm, perhaps.
Well, the nature of the game of golf, Landon, is, and something that can be hard about playing on a team, is that you have days where you're on and you have days where you're off, and it's certainly no fun to be having an off day when you know your team is counting on you. So you definitely feel for the other players in Minneapolis who perhaps did not have their A game today. We know that they are good golfers. We've seen some really great golf from them today as well. Ryan Gallagher is just taking it to a whole new level, and this team in Los Angeles out of Golf Envy has just been on fire.
Would not be fun to be 7 under and losing.
When your opponent is holing out on a par 3 on their chip from a blind chip from the long grass, I mean, there's really not a whole lot you can do about that. That's an attitude sometimes you gotta have in match play. If your opponents are just making putts from everywhere, we saw Michael Ordona hit his eagle putt way by, have 28 feet coming back. If you're Minneapolis, you gotta be thinking, oh well, great, you know, there we go. There's something that didn't really go their way, and then he just drains the 28-footer. I mean, everything has really gone in the way of Los Angeles today, besides these last few putts that we've watched.
Yep, cuckoo bananas. Just all things coming up Los Angeles. Look at that. Look at how much rake that is on the green. The cup doesn't even look like it's rendered flat against the playing surface. It has so much break. It's bonkers. Either that or it's an optical illusion with the green grid. Tricky to render a grid on a 3D surface without making your brain melt. But that's classic astrophysics and tensor calculus for you, Emma Carpenter. Did you ever have to take No, of course you wouldn't. You're not a mathematics major, right?
No, sir. I think I told you on a separate broadcast, I haven't taken a math class since high school.
No.
Well, I was a journalist, or I am a journalist, so I was in the journalism school in college.
You never had to take a single math elective?
I had to take one math elective, and I took a statistics computer coding class. So it was more about the coding than it was about the actual math.
Is Emma Carpenter C+ certified in coding?
I was not too bad at coding.
Oh, all right.
Oh boy.
Well, I think Team LA might not win this hole or tie it. And a push is a loss, isn't it? If they're dorming?
A push is a loss.
But they may lose it. The hole's not over. Oh, I like his putter grip. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, that's classic dormy architecture. Even a push.
Now Minnesota made par bogey, Landon. So a
Well,
par
that's a double.
bogey from LA will win this
Smart
match.
asses. These guys need spanked with some type of wooden switch for their sarcastic cavalry attitude towards a double bogey. All right, par. And this is all they need, I think. Bogey to win. Oh, this is for the match. Do you think they know that this is for the match?
I believe so. Minneapolis definitely knows. Over at Element Indoor Golf,
They just holding their heads down in shame.
and the side saddle stance for the match. Los Angeles Golf Envy wins 5-4.
Good job, my boys. Yeah, they've got beautiful textbook swings. And they did an absolute number on Team Minnesota, and you gotta feel like a rotten bag of trash if you're Ryan Gallagher, having put on the absolute clinic that he put on, and the clinic wasn't good enough because they just got humbled by Team LA. Let's see some replays, Emma Carpenter. Walk me through this first one.
This from Shreyas Kumaresh, setting the tone early on, showing that he is pretty nifty with the flat stick, and he's not too bad with the wedge on the green either. How about that?
Studly men doing studly things. Beautiful little eagle putt there. You should have saw the shot that led up to that one. It was pretty unbelievable. Zippy little wedge and no look hole out. Watch this, Mom. No hands. Count it. That one will get you a Snickers at the ballpark. And then this beautiful pendulum-like putter swing back in. And that is the match. Birdie Town. Emma, for goodness sakes, would you just tell us about the bracket?
I know, Landon. I know you're on the edge of your seat, as are we all. We have seen some phenomenal action so far over the course of the season on the GOLFZON Tour. We are now in the Final Four. So, looking ahead, LA will face Tulsa and Detroit will face Orlando. The winner of those respective two matches will be at the PGA Show, live facing each other in person at the GOLFZON Tour Championships for their chance at being the first ever GOLFZON Tour champions and winning $150,000.
As we look ahead, now we have the Final Four matches coming up. What team are you really eyeing?
Oh, man, Emma, at this point, I think it's anybody's ball game. When you start getting into the really good teams, playing really good teams, that's when it's going to start getting really feisty.
Sure thing, Landon. Well, congratulations to Team Golf Envy in Los Angeles. They have punched their ticket to the Final Four, one step closer to the GOLFZON Tour Championship and $150,000. My name is Emma Carpenter. Thank you, Landon Ashworth, for all of your wonderful work. This is the GOLFZON Tour.